See right there? Shalom, shalom. We are the disciples of Yahweh Shah, coming together for this glorious Passover. This is the first Passover of the camp of the disciples of Yahweh Shah, right? So today is the 14th day of the first month. You know what I'm saying? Many of the brothers in camps, they got different dates, right? Some brothers celebrated their Passovers yesterday. Some brothers celebrated their Passovers 2 months ago, right? Yeah, 2 months ago. You know what I'm saying? But give me Judges 5:11. The only thing that matters is that we rehearse the righteous acts of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Because us rehearsing the righteous acts of the Most High, like you got to think about it, right? We have not been taught our culture. We have not been taught our heritage. Our culture, our heritage, been robbed away from us, right? So what we're doing by applying these commandments to our lives, you know what I'm saying? That is exactly what we are doing, is keeping the Lord's feast days and applying his commandments unto our lives. Get that for me?
So Judges chapter 5, verse 11.
Come on.
They that are delivered from the noise of the arches in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of Yahweh go down to the gates.
Read that again, read it slow.
Gone. Verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of the arches in the places of drawing water.
They that are delivered from the noise of the archers. We that are delivered from the death of a sinner. Sinners, they get shot to death. They die a violent death, right? But those who are delivered from the noise of the bullets, right? Those who are delivered from the noise of the archers. Those who don't get hit by a straight bullet. Those who do not die a violent death, such as a sinner. Go ahead.
There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh.
There we shall rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? We shall rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. Why? Because we're the chosen people. We're his chosen people. We are the original Jews of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. So we are the chosen people of Yahweh. Then it is only right that we apply law, statutes, and commandments to our lives. Drop that. Now we're going to start off with the prayers. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh,
Malakwathka,
Taba'a,
Ratazaka,
Haya,
Aisha, Ba'arataza,
Kawa,
Haya,
Bashemayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawim, Wasalak Lanawa, Kawib Wath Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawib Wath Yanawa, Wala'a, Thabiya'a Nawa, Banasayawan,
Abal,
Hawashai Nawa, Mayin Rai, Kayalaka,
Hamalakwa,
Waha Allah,
Waha,
Tha'apa'arath,
Aparat,
La'ai Walimyam,
La'ai Walenium,
Aman,
Aman,
Asha'a,
Aisha'a,
Ayinya,
Ayinya,
El,
El,
Aharyim,
Haharyim,
Ma'ayin,
Ma'ayin,
Yaba'a,
Yaba'a,
Isaiah,
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 Ma'aim,
Ma'aim,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shemayim,
Shemayim,
Wa'aratazah,
Wa'aratazah,
Eliathan,
Eliathan,
Lamawet,
Lamawet,
Regalka,
Regelka,
El Yanawim,
El Yanawim,
Shamarka,
Shamorka,
Hana,
Hana,
La'a,
La'a,
Yayashin,
Yayashin,
Shawamor,
Shawamor,
Yashar Allah,
Yasha'Allah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamorka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Tazalka,
Eliad,
Eliad,
Yimyinka,
Yimyinka,
Hawamim,
Hawamim,
Hashemash,
Hashemash,
La'a,
La'a,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Yayirak,
Balayala,
Balayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashimorka,
Korai,
Mikaelrai,
Yashamar,
Yashimor,
Ethnapeshka,
Nethupeshka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashimor,
Tazaavka,
Tezaethka,
Wabawa'aka,
Wabawa'aka,
Ma'aitha,
Ma'aitha,
Wa'aid,
Wa'aid,
Iwalam,
Iwalim,
Aman,
Aman,
Yabaraka, Yahweh,
Yabaraka, Yahweh,
Wayashamarka,
Yashimorka,
Ya'or Yahweh,
Yaor Yahweh,
Pen Yahweh,
Penyawa,
El Yaka,
El Yaka,
Wayakinka,
El Yakinka,
Yashar Yahweh,
Yashor Yahweh,
Pen Yahweh,
Penyawa,
El Yaka,
El Yaka,
Wayashemlaka,
Vayashemlaka,
Shalom,
Shalom,
Hagun,
Hagan,
Magun,
Magan,
Rapa'a,
Rapa'ah,
Hashaniya Ishara Shabbatim Yashar Allah,
Ashinya, Ashira, Shabbatnim, Yash'Allah,
Hashaniya Ishara Shabbatim Yashar Allah,
Ashinya, Ashinya, Shinra, Shabbatnim, Inshallah,
Hashaniya Ishara Shabbatim Yashar Allah,
Ashinya, Ashira, Shabbatnim, Yash'Allah,
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Tawara Aman.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Tawara Aman. That's the last one now.
Or give me give me Deuteronomy 61. So the Passover, the Lord's Passover is very important that we keep as a memorial, because this day is the memorial when the Most High Yahweh delivered us up out of Egypt, out of the land of bondage, right? You got that?
All right. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 16, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Observe the month of Abib and keep the Passover unto Yahweh thy God. For in the month of Abib, Yahweh thy God brought thee forth out of Egypt by night.
Observe the month of Abib. Abib means to spring forth. The crops grow, right? The season of vegetation, when vegetation grows, right? The month of Abib, we have to observe the month of Abib. How do we observe the month of Abib? The moon is a sign. The moon going through the phases is a sign, so that us on earth can look at the moon as it goes through its phases as the months progress in a day. I mean, as the days progress, the moon changes phases, right? That is how the moon is a sign. But also, how can we observe the new moon, the new month? By the new moon. You know what I'm saying? Now, some go by the ending of the lunar phase as the new moon. Some go by the full moon as the new moon. But here at the disciples of Yahweh Shah, we go by the first light as the new moon. You know what I'm saying? Because biblically, it's been done that way. So that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? The new moon, I observed the new moon, right? The first light of the moon, March the 22nd. 14 days after March the 22nd, you got March the 4th at sunset, which is March the 5th. We're on the 15th day. I mean, the 14th day of the first month. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Thou shalt therefore sacrifice the Passover unto Yahweh thy God of the flock and the herd, in the place which Yahweh shall choose to place his name there.
So now, We were even meant to sacrifice a lamb, sacrifice the Passover, right? Now, you cannot substitute a solid for a lamb. On the Passover, you have to eat lamb. There is no substitutions for the Passover lamb. That's something that you have to do, right? We have to observe this month. And the reason why we have to observe it is because we were delivered up out of the house of bondage. You know what I'm saying? So it's only right that we observe it, and that we do it because this is a part of our culture. Okay, Exodus 32. Now it's only right that we keep our culture, right? So the fake Jews, they say that they are the original Jews of the Bible, but we clearly see that they are not. You know what I'm saying? This is our heritage and this is our culture. So those brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, who are not able to make it to a Passover, what you needed was lamb, wine, and bitter herb. That is what's needed. This is 32:14.
2 verse 14.
Easy.
Damn.
All right, what?
Exodus 32 verse 14. And Yahweh repented of the evil which he thought to do unto his people.
So I can read 13.
So, verse 13. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, the servants to whom thou swears by thine own self, and saidest unto them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven, and all this land that I have spoken of will I give unto your seed, and they shall inherit it forever.
So Jerusalem, Israel, that is our homeland. You know what I'm saying? The children of Israel, we are multiplied as the stars of the heaven. Yahweh, the Most High, He is only our God. He is only our power. So because He's only our power, then that means that we are His chosen people. And if we are His chosen people, then we would have to keep His laws, statutes, and commandments. Why? Because that is our heritage. Give me, let's see, Leviticus 23. So the Passover is very important. The reason why the Passover is important because, for one, it's a memorial when we got delivered out of Egypt, and for two, we also celebrate the Passover because of Yahweh Shai's death. Read that.
All right. The book of Leviticus, chapter 3, verse 1.
Chapter 23.
23. Chapter 23, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of Yahweh.
So, concerning the feast days of the Most High, not concerning Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, Memorial's Day, not concerning any of those pagan holidays that are offered to other gods. Start over from the top again.
Verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of Yahweh,
Concerning the feast of Yahweh,
which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts.
Concerning the feast days of Yahweh, we shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Holy means to be separate, right? A convocation means an assembly, a gathering. Meaning that people out in the world, they're not celebrating Passover. They getting ready for Easter next week. People in the world, they're not gathering, you know what I'm saying, for the Lord feast days. They're gathering to do wickedness. That's what they're gathering for, right? You know,
Verse 3. 6 days shall work
it's
be
like
done.
we got verse 4.
Verse 4. These are the feasts of Yahweh, even holy convocations which ye shall proclaim in their seasons.
The feast days of Yahweh. They're separate gatherings, and it shall be proclaimed in their correct seasons, right? Like if you having your Passover in this season of Abib, which is April, you're okay. But if you had your Passover, let's say last month in the 12th month, or if you had your Passover in the 11th month, which was February, then you're going off. We gotta have these feast days in the correct season. Go ahead.
Verse 5. In the 14th day of the first month at even is Yahweh's Passover.
And the 14th day of the first month is the Lord's Passover, Pesach, right? The 14th day of the first month is the Lord's Passover. So we should never forget this. We should never forget the Lord's Passover. We should never forget the Lord's feast days. Because if you forget, then that makes you more susceptible to following other nationality, to following other cultures and customs of other people. When you don't know who you are, then you will cling to those who you think you are. Next verse.
Verse 6. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto Yahweh.
So the Feast of Unleavened Bread, I mean, the Passover rolls right into the Feast of Unleavened Bread. All right? Sunset tomorrow. Sunset tomorrow is going to be the start of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Now, give me fact.
Exodus 23.
It is no. I'm looking for in the lamb, the blood on the doorpost, right there. Exodus 12.
Exodus chapter 12, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of the months.
This month, the month of Abib, shall be the beginning of months to you. All right.
It shall be the first month of the year to you.
It shall be the first month of the year to you. April is the first month. May is the second month. June is the third month. July is the fourth month. Um,
August.
August is the fifth month. September is the sixth month. October is the seventh month. November is the eighth month. December is the ninth month. January is the 11th month. It's like January is the 10th month. February is the 11th month. March is the 12th month. And you got Abib, which is April, which is the first month of the new year. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house.
So even on the 10th day of the first month, like the Passover is on the 14th day of the first month. But on the 10th day of the first month, right, the children of Israel, they were commanded to go and seek out a lamb that they were going to slaughter. And when they slaughtered that lamb, right, that they picked on the 10th day of the first month, that was the Passover lamb. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb.
So basically, if the lamb is not enough for that amount of people that's in the home, you know what I'm saying? Then cut the lamb up. Cut the lamb up and you divide the lamb amongst those in your family. You know what I'm saying? Got it?
Verse 5. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats.
Your lamb may be without blemish. We shall take our lamb from amongst the sheep or from amongst the goats, right? Drop that. Give me 1 Corinthians 11:24. You know what I'm saying? So this Passover is really important because for one, this is our heritage. And for two, we are the original Jews of the Bible. Like, you know what I'm saying? If Christ is our king, right, then it is only right that we be obedient unto him. This one here, 1 Corinthians 11. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 11:24. It's only right that we be obedient, that we do what we are required to do. This is 11, right? 11, 12.
This is
24. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 24. And
grab that for me. That please. Go ahead, read it.
Verse 24. And we had given thanks.
24.
Verse 24.
23.
23. Verse 23. For I have received of Yahweh that which also I deliver unto you, that Yahweh the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread.
So the same night that Yahweh was betrayed, he took bread, right? This bread that Yahweh took was unleavened bread. Okay.
Verse 24. And when he had given thanks, he brake it.
And when Yahweh had given thanks, he break the bread, right? Bring down by the break the bread. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the Wadakaya, Lakam, Yahab, Pasak.
Verse 25.
Come.
Verse 25. After the same manner also he took the cup when he had supped, saying, "This cup is a New Testament in my blood. This do ye as oft as ye drink. Drink it in remembrance of me."
Read it again.
Verse 25. After the same manner also he took the cup when he had supped, saying, "This cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye as often as ye drink it in remembrance of me."
So as often as we eat the unleavened bread and drink the wine, we do it in the remembrance of our King, Yahushua. Jacob. Keep reading.
Verse 26. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, you do show the Yahweh's death till he come.
So we gotta keep. So every time we celebrate the Passover, right? We eat the unleavened bread and drink the wine and the lamb. Keep in mind that we're keeping this for Yahushua, our King. We're not just eating to be eaten. We're keeping the Passover, eating unleavened bread. You know what I'm saying? And the lamb and drinking the wine. Why? To remember our King's death. To remember our King dying for us. This is our memorial, right? This is our culture. These are our customs. This is our heritage. So, you know what I'm saying? Defend your heritage. Defend the laws of the Most High with your life. Your life depends on it. What?
Verse 27. Salakim. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of Yahushua unworthily shall be guilty of the blood, the body, Salakia, the body and blood of Yahushua.
Whosoever shall drink the wine, you know what I'm saying, and eat the unleavened bread unworthily, right? Meaning this, if you're out here sinning, acting a fool, still being worldly, you know what I'm saying, and then you take it upon yourself, oh, I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. Let me go to this Passover, let me drink some wine, eat some unleavened bread, eat some lamb. If you're that wicked person, if you just eat this Passover unworthily, knowing you're not worthy to do it at all, go ahead.
Verse 28. But let a man examine himself.
You got more on that. 27.
27.
Yeah.
Shall be guilty. I'm going to start over. Verse 27. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of Yahushua unworthily shall be guilty of the body and blood of Yahushua.
So, if you out here sinning and acting a fool, right? And if you know what you're doing, and if you decide to partake in the Passover and drink the wine, you know what I'm saying, which is New Testament, right? Symbolic for Yahushua's blood. Eat the unleavened bread, which is symbolic to Yahushua's body. You know what I'm saying? Eat the lamb and all that too, right? If you do that, knowing that you are here sinning, then you're guilty of right? And you're going to be bringing damnation upon your own self. Read on.
Verse 28. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup.
So you better examine yourself. If you got a messed up spirit on you, a spirit of hatred, don't even drink of the blood and eat of. Don't even drink of the cup of the New Testament, right? And eat the bread, which is symbolic to Yahweh's body. If you wicked and got a spirit of hatred on you, do not partake of Yahweh's blood in his body. Why? Because you're gonna bring damnation on yourself. So when you celebrating the Passover, you know what I'm saying? it's in your best interest to celebrate the Passover with a spirit of love. You don't want to hate your brother. You don't want to hate your sister. You know what I'm saying? You got to be in the spirit of the Lord. Yes, next verse.
Verse 29. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Yahweh's body.
So, if you out here wicked, you got a spirit of hatred on you. You know what I'm saying? You always want to bicker. You always want to fight. You always want to backbite, gossip. You know what I'm saying? If you eat the Passover, the lamb, the unleavened bread, and the wine, you drink. You know what I'm saying? If you do that, right, and you're living wicked, you're being wicked, you have no shame on what you do and how you do it, you're going to bring damnation onto yourself. Go ahead.
Verse 30. For this cause many are weak and sickly among you, and many sleep.
For this cause many are weak and sickly among you, and many do sleep. Meaning this, a lot of especially Hebrews who coming in, who just newly coming into the truth, right? They be weak, they be sick, and a lot of them that's that claim I'm a Hebrew Israelite, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barakatah, they still be worldly. A lot of them be sleep. A lot of them, they really don't understand that within the law, statutes, and commandments, there's structure. It's not about just reading about the commandments. You gotta apply it to your life. Because when you apply it to your life, you know what I'm saying, you start to, act like a king. You start to act like a princess. You start to act like royalty, you know what I'm saying? So eat the lamb, the unleavened bread, and drink the wine in the right spirit. You don't want to disrespect Yahushua. You don't want to spit in the face of Yahushua. He died for us. You know what I'm saying? Keep our heritage and keep our customs. That's all we gotta do. I mean, this is ours. This belongs to us. It don't belong to nobody else but us. You even got the fake Jews trying to outdo us. You know what I'm saying? But you shouldn't let a fake Jew outdo the real Jew. You shouldn't let that happen. So remember, we gotta keep this Passover as it states in the scripture. We drink the wine, which is symbolic to blood of the New Testament, and we eat the unleavened bread, which is symbolic to the body of Yahweh Shai being sacrificed for us. The Passover is what we do. We are the original Jews of the Bible. So with that being said, go to the next scripture.
Verse 31.
Come.
Verse 31. For if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged.
If we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged by anybody else. Basically meaning that if you examine yourself and you see that you're not operating in the right spirit, you know what I'm saying, in the spirit of brotherhood or sisterhood, right? If you examine yourself, catch on to that, and you get right with yourself, you put yourself in check, you corrected yourself. So no brother or no sister will be able to see that you're acting like that and correct you because you didn't already corrected yourself. That's what we have to do. We have to correct ourselves because when we correct ourselves, right? Um, Other brothers and other sisters, they won't be able to correct us because they won't be able to see nothing to correct us. You know what I'm saying? So examining yourself, it helps a lot and it goes a long way for sure, do. But you cannot keep this Passover and disrespect Yahweh Shai's body, disrespect his death. You cannot be unworthy and you know what I'm saying, drink the wine symbolic the blood of the new covenant, and eat the unleavened bread symbolic to the body. I mean symbolic to the sacrifice of the body of Yahweh Shai. Don't be unworthy and eat that. Don't just come to the Passover just to eat. Don't be the first dude. Yeah, yeah, I'm just coming here to eat. I mean, I really don't want to celebrate it. I'm just coming here to eat because the food look good. I mean, if you just want to eat, that's what you got houses for. If you just want to eat, just stay home. You know what I'm saying? If you want to eat, stay home. But if you want to celebrate the Passover in the remembrance of Yahweh Shai, our King, dying for the nation of Israel, then come on and celebrate the Passover. Drink the wine, which is symbolic to the blood of the New Testament. You know what I'm saying? Eat the unleavened bread, which is symbolic to his body being sacrificed for us. That's how much Yahweh loves us. You know what I'm saying? You got the next verse.
Verse 32. But when we are judged, we are chastened of Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh. Go ahead.
of Yahweh, that we should not be condemned with the world.
When we are judged, we are chastened with Yahweh. Because we are chastened, you know what I'm saying, by the Lord, we won't be condemned with the world. The world and the people in the world, they're going down, they're dying, they're having a a sinner's death because they're disobedient, you know what I'm saying? But when we're in the wrong, right, and Yahweh, he chastises us, he chastises us, right? Sometimes the chastisement of Yahweh is not always good. Sometimes the chastisement of Yahweh, you know what I'm saying, will get on our last nerves, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, though. You got to examine yourself so that your brother will not be able to judge you. You got to examine yourself so that your brother won't be able to judge you and correct you. You got that? Next verse.
Verse 33. Wherefore, my brethren, when ye come together to eat, tarry one for another.
Wherefore, my brother, when you come to the nation of Israel, when you come together to eat the Passover, tarry one for another. I mean, you gotta wait. You gotta wait for each other. You know, don't try to hurry up and be the first one to eat. Now your plate going, and he still got lamb and unleavened bread and wine to eat and drink. All right, go ahead.
Verse 34. And if any man hunger, let him eat at home,
All right, go ahead, go ahead.
that ye come not together unto condemnation.
Start over.
Verse 34. And if any man hunger, let him eat at home.
If any man hunger, any man or woman of the nation of Israel, if you are hungry, eat before you come and drink the wine, eat the unleavened bread, eat the lamb, and a bit of herb. If you're hungry, eat before you celebrate the Passover. Don't just come to the Passover to eat the Passover. Next verse. All right, give me Luke 6:46. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just eat the Passover. I mean, like, don't just eat the Passover. Don't just eat the Passover and you know that you've been wicked. If you're hungry, eat at home. That's what you have a home for. Treat the Lord's Passover like royalty, because that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Do not treat the Lord's feast day like it's a Christmas or a Thanksgiving or a Memorial Day, New Year's, New Year. We ain't doing none of that.
Okay, what chapter?
Luke 6:46. Luke 6:46 back there. We ain't doing none of that. What we doing, we got this Yayan right, and we got this Lakam, and we got Kabash. The wine, the unleavened bread, and the lamb. 6:46. Hold on. No, Luke. Luke 6:46. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is our heritage. This is our heritage, right? This is what the white Jews, the fake Jews, want so bad. They want to be it so bad, you know what I'm saying? So if you have this heritage, cling into it because your life do depend on it. Call it up.
The book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 46.
Go ahead.
And why call ye me Lord, Lord,
Go ahead.
and do not the things which I say?
And Yahweh Shai is saying to those who call him Lord, why are you calling Yahweh Shai the Christ your Lord, your ruler? When you don't even keep the Passover, which he said, drink the Yayin, eat the Lakam, and the Kabash, in the remembrance of his death. You don't even do that. You don't even keep the commandments. But you want to call Yahweh Shai your Lord, your ruler. It don't make no sense. All right? That verse.
Verse 47. Whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like.
Whosoever heareth the sayings of Yahweh Shai, you know what I'm saying, and do them, apply them to his life, apply them to his or her life, Yahweh Shai will show you who that man or woman is like. Next verse.
Verse 48. He is like a man which built an house and dig deep and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon that house and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock.
So that man or that woman who keeps the commandments of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai will show you who that man or who that woman is like. They're smart for one because they prepared. They kept the commandments of the Most High so that when a storm or hurricane, you know what I'm saying, came and trying to sweep their house up, guess what? Their house was unmovable. Their house is on a rock, which is a foundation, which is Yahweh Shai, right? So we're keeping the commandments for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I know some brothers and sisters, they might get wary. They might, you know what I'm saying, feel like it isn't a reason to keep the feast days, you know what I'm saying? But it's a reason to keep the feast days. The reason, for one, is that if you love your king, Yahweh Shai, you're going to be obedient. And, you know what I'm saying, that Passover demon trying to get you to not keep the Passover, trying to get you to hate your brother or hate your sister, cast that mountain into the sea, and it's going to be cast into the sea if you got faith. You know what I'm saying? Got a next verse.
Verse 49. But he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation built in a house upon the earth, against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great.
But the man or the woman, the black, Hispanic, and Native American man or woman, if any of them heard, which are the nation of Israel, if any of them hear the words of the Lord, you know what I'm saying, which Yahweh Shai taught, which is to keep the commandments, and they do not keep the commandments, they will die the death of a sinner. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is this, is that why wouldn't you want to keep your heritage? Why wouldn't you want to keep what the enemies invested so much time in from keeping from you. Your enemies invested a lot of time in keeping your heritage away from you. Why would some of you give that up? I ain't giving it up. You giving it up?
No, I ain't giving it up.
I ain't nowhere to. There is nowhere else to go. There is nowhere else to go. I'm definitely not going back into the world. I ain't going back to idolatry. No, I ain't doing that. I'm staying right here. I'm saying I'm gonna drink this yayin, right? I'm gonna eat this lakum and kabash every pasak to remember Yahweh's death. I'm saying that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So Israel, once again, if you got that Passover spirit on you, right? Get it off of you. And notice that the Lord is allowing Satan to do anything that he wants to you. Because the Lord want to see what you're going to do. Are you going to fold or are you going to come out on top? You know what I'm saying? And prevail. On that note, we say Shemai
Shemai,
Yeshua Allah
Yeshua Allah,
Yahweh
Yahweh,
Allahaya Noah
Allahaya Nawa,
Yahweh
Yahweh,
Akkad
Akkad,
Abba Noah
Abanawa,
Shabbat Shemayim
Shabbat Shemayim,
Quadash
Quadash,
Hayah
Hayah,
Shemka
Shemka,
Yahweh
Yahweh,
Malak Wathka
Malakwathka,
Thaba'a
Daba'ah,
Ratazaka
Ratazaka,
Hayah
Hayah,
Aisha
Aisha,
Ba
Ba,
Aratazak
Aratazah,
Kawa
Kawa,
Hayah
Hayah,
Bashamayim
Bashamayim,
Nathan Lanawa
Nathan, Lanawa,
Lakam
Lakam,
Kal
Kal,
Yawim
Yawen,
Wasalak Lanawa
Wasalak Nanawa,
Kaweb Wath Nawa
Kawib Wath Nawa,
Kasalak Nawa
Kasalak Nawa,
Kaweb Wath Yenawa
Kawib Wath Yanawa,
Wala'a
Wala'ah,
Thabaya Anawa
Tabiya'ah Nawa,
Banasaya Wan
Banasaya Wan,
Abal
Abal,
Hawashai Nawa
Hawashai Nawa,
Mayin Rai
Mayenrai,
Kayalaka
Kayalaka,
Hamalak Wath
Hamalakwa,
Waha'ala
Waha'ala,
Wahatha Apa'arath
Wahata Apa'arath,
La'ai Walam Yum
La'ai Walenyum,
Amun
Aman,
Asha'a
Asha'ah,
Ayin Ya
Ayinya,
El
El,
Haharyim
Aharyum,
Ma'ayin
Ma'ayin,
Yaba'a
Yaba'ah,
Isaiah
Azariah,
Isaiah
Isariah,
Ma'ain
Ma'ain,
Yahweh
Yahweh,
Aisha
Aisha,
Shemayim
Shemayim,
Wa'aratazah
Wa'aratazah,
Eliathan
Eliathan,
Lamawet
Lamawet,
Regalka
Ragelka,
Yanawim
El Yanawim,
Shamarka
Shemorka,
Hana
Hana,
La'a
La'ah,
Yanawim
Yanawim,
Wala'a
Wala'ah,
Yayashen
Yanyashen,
Shawamar
Shabamor,
Yashur Allah
Yasha Allah,
Yahweh
Yahweh,
Shamarka
Shemorka,
Yahweh
Yahweh,
Tazalka
Tizelka,
Al-Yad
Elyad,
Yamyinka
Yimyinka,
Hawamim
Hawamim,
Hashemash
Hashemash,
La'a
La'ah,
Yakaka
Yakaka,
Wayarak
Balayrak,
Balayala
Balayala,
Yahweh
Yahweh,
Yashamorka
Yeshmorka,
Mikarai
Mikel Rai,
Yashamar
Yeshmor,
Athnapeshka
Ethnapeshka,
Yahweh
Yahweh,
Yashamar
Yeshmor,
Tazaafka
Taza Ethka,
Wabawa'aka
Wabawa'aka,
Ma'aitha
Ma'aita,
Wa'aid
Wa'ai,
Iwalam
Awalim,
Aman
Ama,
Yabaraka Yahweh
Yabaraka Yahweh,
Wayashamarka
Wayashmorka,
Yaor Yahweh
Yaor Yahweh,
Pen Yahweh
Pen Yahweh,
El Yaka
El Yaka,
Yashor Yahweh
Yeshor Yahweh,
Pen Yahweh
Pen Yahweh,
El Yaka
El Yaka,
Wayashimlaka
El Yeshemyaka,
Shalom
Shalom,
Hagun
Hagan,
Magan
Magan,
Rapa'a
Rapa'ah,
Hashem Yah
Aishinya,
Aishara
Aishara,
Shabetyum
Shabetyum,
Yashar Allah
Yasha Allah,
Hashem Yah
Aishinya,
Aishara
Aishara,
Shabetyum
Shabetyum,
Yashar Allah
Yasha Allah,
Hashem Yah
Aishinya,
Aishara
Aishara,
Shabetyum
Shabetyum,
Yashar Allah
Yasha Allah,
Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahushai Tawara Aman
Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahushai Tawara Ama,
Shema Yashar Allah Yahweh Allahayanawa Yahweh Akad
Shema Yasha Allah, Yahweh Allahaya Nawa, Yahweh Akkad,
Shema Yashar Allah Yahweh Allahayanawa Yahweh Akad
Shema Yasha Allah, Yahweh Alahayanawa, Yahweh Akkad.
Shema Yasha Allah Yahweh Alahayanawa Yahweh Akkad.
Shema Yasha Allah, Yahweh Alahayanawa, Yahweh Akkad.